What's good in the hood, YouTube? So recently, I wanted to talk about two different things that have been hyped up a bit, and I'm definitely looking forward to both of these games a little bit more. So, one more than the other, but I'm definitely hyped about both, and I'm probably gonna get both. The two games I'm talking about are Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, which actually I think looks pretty good. I like the visual appearance of it. I think that there's a lot to do in it. It looks like it could be fun. There's a lot of different designs, a lot of different things you can put into houses. I've seen some gameplay of it. It looks great. I actually really like the game a lot. It's not your typical Animal Crossing game, and I've definitely played New Leaf, which New Leaf is actually pretty fun. But this one definitely looks like it's going to be interesting, and I'm definitely excited for it. As far as Amiibo Festival, not as much so interested, but this other one for the 3DS, like it a lot. Think that it's going to be fun, different. You're going to be taking on the position of what Tom Nook does typically, which is going to be kind of different, but enjoyable, I feel. So if you're a Tom Nook fan, or if you're someone that wants to try to really make a nice house or make a whole bunch of different houses, could be fun. Amiibo cards definitely are going to be emphasized, I can already tell, but hopefully the game is done well. Obviously, it's going to be a lot more clear cut in regard to how long the game might be. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be something where it's endless, where it's one of those things that you can just do on and on and on, and there's no problem or anything, or if it's going to be have like a fixed story, which most Animal Crossing games typically don't have. Like Animal Crossing usually is pretty open in that regard. Like usually you just do things at your own pace. So I don't know if it's gonna be at your own pace, or if it's gonna be like, oh, you have a certain task you do and that's about it, and the game actually has a beginning and an end and that's about it, rather than having this kind of open feel throughout it. So I'm not completely set on things in that regard. I don't know if you're going to be able to even go to the town directly too much, other than for the amiibo cards. So I have to wait and see. I hope you. So that's about that. The other thing that's been hyped a lot, which I'm a little bit more excited about, is Super Mario Maker. Really, really excited about the game. I think that the game looks great. I love the different designs. I like the different aspects. Recently, they announced a whole bunch of different new features, such as like being able to add your own voice to some of the stages, being able to add special effects like fireworks when you step on certain areas, or maybe suddenly you see like a shadowy figure, or like some rock coming down, which aren't really there, but they're there to like cast an illusion or a shadow, which is kind of cool. I actually like those aspects. I like the disco ball. There's also a few other things here and there that are pretty exciting, and also there's the aspect of certain things that you can't, like some of the different items and stuff that you use to develop your stages, you can't get them right away. Though if you wanted to reset your clock several times over and go to the Wii U menu, you could do that and move it forward just so that you can get through it. Apparently you have to spend 9 days playing the game to get all the different unlockable, usable things before you have everything, which is interesting because it definitely creates that aspect of, you're gonna have to spend a little bit more time before you get everything, and also, but at the same time, it gives you a chance to really learn certain icons, because at the same time, if you're given like 100 different icons, you're going to be confused as ever about what you should be using. I mean, maybe you might choose certain things, but maybe you'll be bored because you won't know, and you won't have spent a lot of time with certain icons, so you won't necessarily know what everything does and what everything can do. So by adding things slowly, you can test and learn, this with this is cool, this with this isn't as great, and you get to learn and experiment with things. And apparently a lot of major creators are doing a lot of stuff with this game. They're trying to put in their own levels to represent things. Maybe they're representing their own characters, maybe they're just doing a Mario level, and also it brings up that idea that maybe we'll get some major developers from different companies to come along and say, hey, maybe I'm going to make a level either that represents my own franchise, or maybe that just in general says, hey, this is a Mario game, I'm a major developer, and I might as well create my own stage that people around the world can play, and you know what? I'm famous. I mean, it's true. People could totally do that, and I mean, I'll tell you this much: a lot of people in general, like online and everything, they're gonna do it, and it's gonna get very hyped, and It's definitely gonna be exciting, and you never know. You might be playing someone's stage that's really famous, and you won't even know that you're playing their stage that whole time, unless they specifically say that this is so and so, which doesn't always happen. So you never know. So I'm actually kind of excited about this game. Like, really, I'm very excited. I think that the game looks great. I'm excited for it. I think that it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be enjoyable. I think that there's so much to look forward to in that game. It may seem like a very simplistic idea, but it actually works really well. And then there's a whole entire aspect of all these other companies thinking, maybe we should make our own version of a maker like game. And certain games have had their own kind of aspects of that, but like certain franchises, people have been thinking about, like maybe Donkey Kong, or maybe Mega Man, or maybe Sonic, or maybe, any of these really well-known franchises, a Metroid even. I mean, Metroid would be really crazy, but totally possible. I mean, these are all really interesting ideas, and and it definitely creates a lot of questions about, like, will these happen? And then there's the other aspect of, they could totally do DLC. Like, that's totally feasible, because they could add in certain stage bosses, certain bosses from different games. I mean, they only covered so much in what we know so far, and there's still rumors that they might add in a last little thing. Although they've already done some stuff. They've already just recently released some stuff, so you never know. Maybe they'll stop. Maybe that's about it. Maybe they won't do any DLC, but you never know. I feel like they might. Can't say for sure, but I want to say that they will consider it, because you want to know something. DLC's big, it does well, and I'll tell you this much: there's a lot of different characters and features in Mario as a whole that really would be nice to explore in different visual effects and visual settings, and added in special features over time. And also they're adding the music notes, which allows you to create music finally, which is something that I was really hoping that they would bring back, because they've done that for like Mario Paint in the past, and that was always really fun to listen to some of the music that you could make from it, because you could make some real songs and stuff like that, and it'd be fun to do that, to have some preset songs being played while you're playing the stage, where like you're just playing along the stage and you're actually playing out like a certain song that's really great, or a song's playing in the background because it auto plays. Like, that's kind of cool, and that really opens up a lot of ideas. Now, of course, there's always the concern when it comes to being able to speak as well, of that aspect of, will people be cursing or saying something that's a little bit more nasty, or making some vulgar noises, or doing something else. Can't say for sure. There's always the question of, will they monitor it at all, or if they do monitor it, how much so? Like, with the voices, how's that going to work? Will people try to do things to make sure that people won't block theirs? And also, what will they consider bad? What will they consider not bad? So there's always that. That's up in the air. People are, a little bit more curious about, like, are they going to do certain things? Are they going to restrict certain things? And if they are, what? So, there's all that up in the air. People are just kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen. So anyway, guys, that's about it. Not too much else I can think of at the moment. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Please remember to answer the question time at the bottom, which is basically question of the day. Do all that, and subscribe, of course, again. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever I make. So anyway, guys, goodbye.